Hey there, it's David D. Let's do a video about down ballot candidates in the 2020 race. The down ballot for the 2020 race, the House races, the Senate seats, state legislatures, all suffered with a Biden candidacy. I understand this was a referendum on Trump. This election was totally a referendum on Trump, and a referendum on Trump's response to the pandemic. Those are the two primary things, the reasons why Joe Biden won. It was an anti-Trump vote and the pandemic. Okay, I think that's fair. And just because it was primarily those two things, the down ballot suffered. Like, there was no blue wave. There was no blue wave anywhere in sight. The Democratic House lost seats. I think they lost 6 or 7 seats so far. I think there's a couple others to be determined. But they lost 6 or 7 seats there. And right now, they were favored 75% to take back the Senate. And it's tied right now at 48-48 with 2 runoffs in Georgia that's going to decide the Senate. So, the down ballot in state legislatures also lost heavily. A lot of them became Republican controlled. So the down ballot really tanked. And it makes me, propose the question, why did it tank so bad? And 2 reasons, one from each side of the aisle. One, the Democrats don't run on specific policy sets that help the working class. And if they do, they're too weak, they're too milquetoast, they're too centrist, and they turn people off. From the other side of the aisle, I see people responding to fear. GOP fear-mongering, is total BS, but it's effective. Because it's all they do. It's how they garner votes. They say, Antifa is going to steal cooling pies off your shelves. They're going to make up everything and anything to run on, fear-based messages that are completely incoherent. And when you have an undereducated population, you can win on running on fear. Uneducated people, uninformed people will always default to fear. They always will, because they're not properly informed. They have too many sources of information. They can't process them. They can't deduce them. And they're just like, screw it. This sounds too scary. They've convinced me. I'm going to vote for the GOP. They sound like, they're protectionists, and they're talking about all this fear and all these things they're going to protect me from. I'm going to vote for them. It's just... So the pull is between there. So you have weak milquetoast centrists with no backbone, talking no policy, just orange man bad, and, they get swallowed up in the fear, in the populist rhetoric coming from the right wing. And I think that's why down ballots did so bad. The messaging just wasn't there. And AOC posted all of the House candidates that ran on Medicare for All, they all won. Let me say that again. All the candidates in the House that ran on Medicare for All won. Once again, where is this in the establishment besides progressives? Where was Joe Biden on Medicare for All? Okay, public option, too weak. Not good enough. It doesn't resonate. It didn't happen last time either. We were supposed to get a public option back when Obama and Biden had a supermajority. Never happened. Okay, so why would anyone believe it this time? They have no right. They have no reason to. I wouldn't. So this is why the down ballot suffered. Okay, and going into races in 2022 and 2024, you're going to see red wave. You're going to see that red wave. Okay, I don't think there was a wave either way this time, but you're going to see Democrats lose proportionally in 2022 and 2024 because they cannot get cohesive messaging out there for the working class. That's it. That's all they have to do. Medicare for all, tuition-free college, $15 minimum wage, which Biden says he supports. And they have to, okay, you support it. Pound it into the zeitgeist. You have to pound the messaging. Like whenever you see the GOP's messaging, they're cohesive, they're cogent, they're fear-mongering, okay? They're ignorant, but their messaging is always present, out there, available, being forced on us. It's just like the Democrats have to match that style of messaging where they're just like pounding the message home. But first they have to support the working class, which they don't. The right wing offers populist rhetoric, okay, that dupes people, fear-mongering that dupes people and brings them to their side. That's why you saw a lot of demographics that the Democrats usually court in this election go over to the GOP. Because once again, their populist rhetoric is doing wonders for them. They don't have to mean anything. And trust me, the GOP doesn't. It always comes down to the GOP and how many people can they dupe, okay? And with the Democrats, it's like, how good can our policies be for the working class? That's it. That's it. And the Democrats keep failing over and over. 2022 is going to be a disaster. 2024 is going to be a disaster until they support working class policies that are popular already with the majority of Americans. This is what drives me nuts, because I already know what's popular. We already know as progressives what the mainstream wants, and they want progressive policies. And all you got to do is support it. That's all you got to do. But I get it. You're donors. Yeah, you're donors. Always the donors. Unbelievable.